Habits are actions we do automatically without thinking. They shape our daily lives. From brushing our teeth to checking our phones, habits influence our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Understanding the science of habits empowers us to make positive changes. Our brains are wired to seek pleasure and avoid pain. When we engage in rewarding activities, our brain releases dopamine. This neurotransmitter creates a feeling of pleasure, motivating us to repeat the behavior. This is how habits are formed. Over time, the brain associates the habit with the reward. This creates a strong connection. This connection makes it challenging to break bad habits and easier to form new ones. Habits follow a predictable pattern, the habit loop. First, there's a cue. This cue can be anything that triggers the habit. It could be something as simple as the sound of an alarm clock in the morning, signaling it's time to wake up, or the sight of a traffic light changing colors, prompting you to stop or go. These cues are the initial triggers that set the habit loop into motion. This triggers your brain to initiate a behavior. The brain is constantly scanning the environment for cues that signal a reward is coming. When it detects a cue, it starts the process of the habit loop. For example, a phone notification might trigger you to check your messages, even if you're in the middle of something else. The brain's response to these cues is almost automatic, making habits hard to break. This could be a time of day, a location, or an emotional state. Second, there's the routine. The routine is the actual behavior you perform in response to the cue. It can be a physical action, a mental activity, or an emotional response. For instance, looking at the clock might prompt you to start preparing dinner. Entering a specific location, like a gym, might trigger you to start exercising. Or feeling stressed might lead you to seek comfort in food. This is the actual behavior you perform, like smoking a cigarette or biting your nails. These routines can be beneficial, like brushing your teeth every morning and night, or detrimental, like smoking or nail biting. The key is that the routine is the action you take in response to the cue, and it becomes ingrained over time through repetition. Finally, there's the reward. This is the pleasurable outcome that reinforces the habit. The reward can be anything that satisfies a craving or provides pleasure. It could be the sense of accomplishment you feel after completing a task, the enjoyment of a sweet treat, or the relaxation you experience after a workout. The reward is what makes the habit loop worthwhile and encourages you to repeat the behavior in the future. Understanding the habit loop is crucial for changing behavior. By breaking down the habit loop into its components, cue, routine, and reward, you can start to see how your habits are formed and maintained. This awareness is the first step in making positive changes. For example, if you want to stop a bad habit, you need to identify the cue that triggers it and find a healthier routine that provides a similar reward. By identifying the cues and rewards driving your habits, you can start to break free from negative patterns. This process involves experimenting with different routines and rewards until you find a combination that works for you. It's not always easy, but with persistence and self-awareness, you can reshape your habits and create a more positive and productive cycle. Breaking bad habits can be challenging, but it's not impossible. Many people struggle with habits that they know are detrimental to their health, productivity, or overall well-being. However, with the right approach and mindset, you can overcome these habits and replace them with more positive behaviors. The first step is to identify the cue, routine, and reward driving the habit. This is often referred to as the habit loop. The cue is what triggers the habit, the routine is the behavior itself, and the reward is what you get from the behavior. By understanding these components, you can start to see patterns in your behavior. Once you understand the loop, you can start to disrupt it. This might involve changing your environment, altering your routine, or finding new ways to achieve the same reward. For example, if you tend to check your phone first thing in the morning, you might try leaving it in another room overnight. Next, find a substitute behavior. This is a crucial step because simply trying to eliminate a habit without replacing it with something else can leave a void that is hard to fill. The substitute behavior should be something that provides a similar reward but is more positive and beneficial. This should provide a similar reward but be more positive. For instance, if you have a habit of eating junk food when you're bored, you might replace it with a healthier snack or a different activity that you enjoy, such as reading a book or going for a walk. For example, if you tend to snack when you're stressed, try going for a walk instead. Physical activity can be a great way to relieve stress and can provide a similar sense of satisfaction and reward. Additionally, it can improve your overall health and well-being. Finally, make it difficult to engage in the bad habit. This might involve creating physical barriers or changing your environment to reduce temptations. For example, if you're trying to cut down on screen time, you might set up a designated area for your devices and limit their use to that space. Remove temptations from your environment and enlist the support of friends and family. Having a support system can make a big difference in your ability to stick to new habits. They can provide encouragement, hold you accountable, and help you stay motivated on your journey to better habits. Section 5. Creating new habits. Small changes, big results. Forming new habits doesn't require a complete life overhaul. Often we think that to make significant changes in our lives, we need to take drastic measures. However, the truth is that small, incremental changes can lead to substantial results over time. It's about making tiny adjustments that are easy to implement and maintain. Start with small changes and gradually build from there. For instance, if you want to become more organized, you don't need to overhaul your entire system in one day. Begin by tidying up a small area of your workspace or home. These small steps can create a sense of accomplishment and motivate you to continue. Choose one habit you want to develop and focus on it consistently. It's easy to get overwhelmed by trying to change too many things at once. Instead, pick one habit that you believe will have the most significant impact on your life. Whether it's reading more, eating healthier, or exercising regularly, focusing on one habit allows you to give it your full attention. Make the new habit easy to do. The simpler the habit, the more likely you are to stick with it. For example, if you want to drink more water, start by placing a water bottle on your desk or setting a reminder on your phone. The easier it is to perform the habit, the less resistance you'll face. Break it down into smaller, manageable steps. Large goals can be daunting, but when you break them down into smaller tasks, they become more achievable. If your goal is to write a book, start by setting a daily word count target. These small milestones will keep you motivated and on track. For example, if you want to start exercising, begin with just 10 minutes a day. Consistency is key. It's better to exercise for a short period every day than to do a long workout once a week. Over time, you can gradually increase the duration and intensity of your workouts as your fitness improves. Aim to perform the new habit at the same time and place each day. Consistency helps in forming a routine, making the habit a natural part of your daily life. Whether it's exercising in the morning, reading before bed, or meditating during lunch, having a set time and place makes it easier to stick to the habit. This will help solidify the behavior in your brain. Repetition and consistency are crucial in habit formation. The more you perform the habit, the more it becomes ingrained in your neural pathways, making it easier to maintain in the long run. Celebrate your progress and reflect on your journey to stay motivated. Section 6, the 11-minute rule. Rewiring your brain quickly. Research suggests that it takes an average of 66 days to form a new habit. However, you can start rewiring your brain in just 11 minutes. Studies show that engaging in a new behavior for 11 minutes daily can lead to significant changes. This short amount of time is enough to activate the brain's reward system and strengthen the neural pathways associated with the new behavior. Section 7. The science behind it, how your brain adapts. When you repeatedly engage in a new behavior, your brain undergoes structural and functional changes. This process is known as neuroplasticity. One key change is the strengthening of synapses, the connections between neurons. As you practice the new habit, the synapses involved in that behavior become more efficient at transmitting signals. This makes it easier to perform the habit automatically, without conscious effort. Section 8. Real-life examples. From brushing teeth to exercise, the principles of habit formation can be applied to countless areas of life. Take brushing your teeth, for example. This once conscious behavior has become an automatic habit for most of us. Similarly, exercise can become a habit with consistent effort. By scheduling workouts into your day and finding an activity you enjoy, you can make exercise a regular part of your routine. Section 9, Conclusion. Take control of your habits, transform your life. Habits are powerful forces that shape our lives. By understanding the science behind habit formation, we can take control of our behaviors and create positive changes. Remember the key takeaways. Identify the habit loop. Start small, be consistent, and celebrate your successes. With dedication and the right strategies, you can rewire your brain and achieve your goals.